Hello, this is my workbench before I cleaned it. Now once I clean it up, I need to keep it like that. So please rate the video and let me know. And what I have here is many of the extra hangers that I haven't quite utilized yet. And I built a shelf to hold many of the other supplies, extra jars, containers, notebooks, because you're always needing to write down notes. There you have a calculator for calculations, and the razors, the blades for your Stanley knives. And then over here, of course, some extra bits, glues, adhesives, and sandpaper. And down here, extra wire. You have wire cover, the wire wrap, and then these are the regular wires you can make antennas or dipoles with, and that's always helpful. And down here you have a place for manuals, extra note paper, instructions, and things like that. And bungee cords. Gotta have bungee cords. And some short extension cords and TV cable. And of course a flashlight and a cleaning rag. And let's move over to this side of the bench here. And you have some of the wrenches you may use, and some Allen wrenches, speaker wire, solder, and of course this little beauty is a battery. Always good to have a battery on a workbench to test motors, fans, and other things. It's a 12-volt battery, 2.9 amp hours, perfect for a workbench and testing. Could operate a radio for a little while, but if you need to. And then you have your cutting tools, Stanley knives, X-Acto knives, things like that. And of course a pencil holder for your pens, pencils, markers, and the all-important hand sanitizer. Got to be aware these days, so got to have that. And then on top here we have a tub for some extra stuff and stuff that doesn't quite have a home. So you always keep those handy, but you use often, so keep a tub there. And this is a storage box. Of course you have many drawers for other parts and labeling. If I can move in on just one of these a little bit. You've got hard drive mounting brackets and stuff like that. And then here is the bigger one, and then there's lots and lots of parts and various things for electronic projects, wood projects, and things like that. As we have here, you can see we have Dremel bits, and this is for odd things that once again don't have a home, standing bits, things like that. Okay, and of course nails on the bottom, which can be used quite often, and specific things like lag screws and small bolts. And then you have things like here, needles, so pins, safety pins, push pins, things like that that you may use from time to time. And then things like this, jigsaw blades. It always comes in handy to have jigsaw blades. And then over here we have another little storage part which hasn't been filled yet, and the main case for a your small Dremel type device or a router type device, that's there. And those are the little small electronic screwdrivers. That's the set right there. Of course I have some that are loose and you pick up from every now and then. And this is a good piece to have. I took an old TV, as you can see, it's one of the long ones. It's an old TV, and I use a converter to plug the coax into the back, and then I plugged in the digital TV converter, and since we still have a regular antenna, I use that, and I can get some programs and TV out here on the workbench without having to pay for a satellite or anything. So it comes in pretty good. And then there is a container for various hand tools that you can use and that also don't have a set or a home. Good to have those because there's plenty of those around. Of course, a hammer. And there's the set of screwdrivers and Phillips heads that I use most often. So you always got to have that. And a little tape. It actually works really well to hold some parts together while you work on them, but doesn't add a lot of glue to the parts, so it doesn't stick and attract all the dust. Also a very good thing to have. And let me go back up to the top here, and we have propane torches, a router on top of the box for the bits, and then here you have gloves and various cotton gloves, welding gloves, and the label maker. Great little device to have. And there's a cordless drill. No workbench would be complete without a cordless drill. So that is very good to have. And that's the main tool bag. That pretty much covers everything. That is soldering iron, things in there. That's a working duct tape. That kind of goes everywhere. Some storage boxes right there for other parts and things. And then you have pads of paper, the larger pads, very good to have in case you need to draw something out. And labels. You can create small labels. And this is a good place to store clamps. Various set of clamps and the large binder clips. It's kind of hard to see, but right there, binder clips. Very good rack. It's a Gorilla rack, so they make a very good rack system and very usable. Now, onto the power tools and other devices. You're going to need things like this. Some basically clamps or portable clamps there. Surgical clamps, scissors. So you have a place for those. And there's the sparker for the propane torch, or if you weld. A couple of odd shaped measuring devices, a square, things like that. And then of course some power tools that hang. Two types of staple guns. One puts in regular staples, the other one puts in cable tacks that have a curve in it that allows a cable to be held in place without squeezing it. And then the drill. And then some supplies of tacks. Now the drills and the power drills all have different brands, and whoever comfortable with it. These are obviously not professional drills and power tools, and that's fine. These are small household type duties, and if you can afford the name brands and the higher quality ones, that's fine. But on a budget, you want to get these, take care of them. They will last you quite a while. When you're ready to step up to a new one, you're ready. So there's quite a bit of stuff going on there. And then just real quick below, there's most of my ham stuff. I got my parts containers, various fuses, connectors, and then the tackle box I have with parts and radio things, sort of as a go kit. There's some extra 58 coax, and then a trunk full of other supplies, coax and parts, and that's just